All right, everyone, get ready, because today we are taking a deep dive into this book, Vibe Coding, by Swetlana AI.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of this one.
Yeah, and it's got, well, kind of a radical premise
Okay.
that you can build software just by vibes using LLMs instead of like actually coding.
Interesting.
So like, those powerful AI tools everyone is talking about,
Right.
can you really just tell an AI what you want and poof,
Yeah.
builds it?
Yeah, I'm curious about that too.
Yeah, me too. And that's why we've got, our, resident tech guru here to help break this all down.
Yeah.
Like the technical side of this whole thing.
Sure.
Figure out if this vibe coding is actually revolutionary or if it's just hype.
Yeah, well, one of the really fascinating things about this book
Okay.
is that Swetlana AI, the author, she just comes right out and says her laziness was the inspiration.
Uh-huh. Really?
Yeah, she wanted to find a way to build things
Yeah.
without all the, hard work of actual coding.
So she just wanted to
Yeah,
phone it in?
pretty much.
Uh-huh, okay.
So she turned to all these tools, like Cursor Composer with Sonnet.
Oh, wow.
And she even uses SuperWhisper to actually talk to her computer.
Wow. So
Yeah.
how does that actually work?
Well,
Can you really just be computer make it beachy, and then you end up with a functioning app?
well, that's where these LLMs come in,
Okay.
like Gemini and GPT. They've been trained on just mountains and mountains
Wow.
of text and code. And this is what lets them understand human language,
Oh, okay.
including, instructions about code.
So it's
And there are even specialized code LLMs like Copilot
wow.
that are designed specifically for this type of work.
So you basically have this super powered coding assistant
Right.
that understands your vague ideas
Exactly.
and it translates them into actual code.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
LLMs have this just enormous database of code.
Oh, wow.
So when you give them a prompt,
Right.
even if it's super vague, they analyze the words, connect them to their code knowledge,
Okay.
and then boom.
They just generate the code for you.
Yeah, they generate or modify code based on what you told them.
And so this level of abstraction.
It's really powerful,
Yeah.
especially for non-coders.
Right, because they don't have to know
That's-
all the details.
Yeah, they can just focus on what they want to achieve.
Okay, so Swetlana AI, she talks about this.
Yeah.
Accept all philosophy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you basically accept every single change the AI makes to the code.
Oh, wow.
You even copy and paste error messages
Haha.
back into the system for the LLM to fix.
Oh my goodness.
And she even jokes about sometimes not even understanding the code
Oh, really?
that the AI generated.
That's incredible.
It sounds a little chaotic.
Yeah, from a, professional developer's standpoint, it's
Yeah.
definitely not the usual approach.
Right.
This might be fine for, quick experiments and things, but using this on a big, complicated project
Yeah.
could be asking for trouble.
Yeah, I could imagine
Imagine trying to debug code you don't even understand.
that sounds like a nightmare.
Great.
Yeah. So it seems like maybe this vibe coding
Yeah.
is better for rapid prototyping. Those, weekend projects where you're just playing around with stuff. You're prioritizing speed over perfect code.
Yeah, it's the difference between...
It's like a sketch versus a blueprint.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And for those types of projects,
Yeah.
this approach could be amazing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You could build a simple app or a website
Wow.
in just a weekend.
Just by talking to your computer.
Yeah, it opens up so many possibilities
Yeah.
for people who maybe they were intimidated by coding before. They
Right.
thought it was too hard.
Right.
Now they can just talk to the computer and build something.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Mhm.
Okay, so it sounds like vibe coding could really be a game changer
Yeah.
for hobbyists or just for quickly prototyping ideas. But could it ever work for
Yeah.
building more complex software?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it really gets at what's so exciting and potentially
Challenging.
challenging about this technology. I mean, LLMs are just evolving so quickly.
Yeah.
Look at the difference between,
GPT-3.
yeah, GPT-3
Yeah.
and the new stuff like Gemini.
Yeah.
They're getting so much better at
And
understanding.
generating code.
Exactly.
So you're saying even though vibe coding might not be ready
Right.
to build the next Google,
Right.
the potential is there.
Exactly.
Wow.
Imagine architects using vibe coding to design buildings.
Wow.
Or doctors using it to create personalized treatment plans.
That'd be
The
amazing.
possibilities are just huge.
Yeah.
But, we still need human expertise.
Right. Even with these powerful LLMs.
Well, Swetlana AI actually talks about some pretty interesting examples.
Oh, yeah.
Of projects that she built using this method.
Okay.
Like a vibe checking app, a motivational quote generator.
Those are cool.
And even a personalized meme generator.
Haha.
Yeah.
Those are really good examples of how vibe coding can be used to create fun and engaging things. The meme generator especially shows how this technology can be used.
For creativity.
Yeah, for creative expression.
So it's not really about
writing
perfect code.
It's about using code as a tool to bring your ideas to life.
Yeah, so it seems like even though we might not be building mission-critical software with vibe coding just yet, there's a lot of potential for innovation and for creativity. Especially for those of us who aren't hardcore programmers.
Absolutely.
One of the most interesting things about vibe coding to me is that it could make software development available to more people.
Yeah, democratize it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine if anyone could build their own apps and tools.
Wow.
No matter what their background is.
Yeah.
This could lead to way more innovation.
That's incredible.
Yeah, people from all over
could
start contributing to tech.
It's almost like the early days of the internet.
Yeah.
Or personal computers, like a tool used to only be accessible to a few people.
Right.
Suddenly becomes available to everybody.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah. And I bet just like those revolutions, vibe coding has the potential to completely transform how we interact with technology.
I think it could shift our focus from technical expertise to problem solving and creativity.
It would be empowering for people to create their own solutions.
Wow. It's a really exciting idea.
It is.
But, we also have to think about the challenges.
Right, the potential downsides.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if we're relying more and more on AI to generate all this code, what happens to...
Right. What happens to all the programmers?
Yeah. Will they become obsolete?
That's what people are worried about.
Yeah.
But I don't think programmers are going to disappear.
Right.
I think their role will just change.
Oh, okay.
Think about it.
Okay.
Vibe coding could free up programmers from doing all these boring tasks, all the repetitive stuff, and let them focus on the more interesting stuff.
Like problem solving.
Yeah, problem solving and design.
So instead of being replaced by AI, programmers would be working with AI to build even more complex systems.
It's a partnership.
Okay.
Human expertise and AI working together.
And as vibe coding gets better, I bet we'll see new types of jobs.
Oh, absolutely. We'll need people who can train the AI.
Oh, yeah.
We'll need prompt engineers, and we'll need people who can manage the whole interaction between humans and AI.
That's really a point.
And it brings up another question.
Okay.
How can we be sure that the software built with these methods is actually reliable?
Right. Is it going to be safe and secure?
Exactly.
Especially if it's all built by AI.
That's a super important question.
Yeah.
And it shows why we need really good testing and validation processes. We need to come up with new ways to make sure that the code the AI is generating is actually good.
Right.
That it's secure and that it meets all the standards.
Well, Swetlana AI seems pretty optimistic about the future of vibe coding in her book. So what kind of world is she picturing?
She talks about a world where vibe coding is so normal that we don't even notice it. Imagine talking to your computer and it just builds you a custom app.
Wow.
Or using natural language to make a website that perfectly matches your style.
That would be incredible.
It sounds kind of magical, right?
It does.
But we have to remember, this is still the future.
Right.
We still have a lot of work to do before this is how things really work.
Okay.
But the way AI is developing,
Yeah.
it really seems like vibe coding could play a big role in shaping how technology works in the future.
That's really interesting. So we've talked a lot about like the big picture, you know, like how vibe coding could totally change software development. But I'm also curious about like the practical side of things.
Right.
What does this mean for like someone who wants to try this out today?
Well, the good news is it's actually pretty easy to get started.
Oh, okay.
There are already a bunch of tools out there like Cursor that let you use natural language to generate and modify code.
So you're saying that even someone with like no coding experience
pretty much
could start building things
likely
using vibe coding.
That's what's so cool about it.
Wow.
It makes software development accessible to so many more people.
But I guess there's
definitely a learning curve.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to talk to the LLMs, how to structure your prompts so you get the results you want.
So it sounds like prompt engineering.
Yes.
Like this art of crafting the perfect prompt for the AI.
That's going to be a really important skill.
Yeah, it's like a whole new set of skills.
It's like learning a new language.
The language of AI.
Exactly.
Well, and Swetlana AI talks about this in her book.
Yeah.
She says we really need to rethink how we teach people about technology.
Especially with all this new stuff developing so fast.
Right, because it's not just about teaching people how to code anymore.
It's about teaching them how to think.
Right, how to use AI to solve problems.
Exactly.
And it's not just technical skills either. It's like you need to be
curious.
Yeah.
You need to be willing to experiment. You need to be able to adapt.
Because technology is always changing.
Always.
But vibe coding is like...
Yeah, it's not just a new way to code. It's a new way to think about technology.
Right.
How we use it.
Yeah, like our whole relationship with it.
Exactly.
It's pretty exciting.
It is, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all develops, how it shapes the future of software.
Well, any final thoughts for our listeners today?
I think the main takeaway is that vibe coding is still brand new.
Yeah.
But it has the potential to change everything.
Wow.
So if you're curious, just go out there.
Yeah.
Try it out.
Yeah. Play around with it.
See what you can build.
Yeah.
You might just be part of the next big tech revolution.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into vibe coding.
My pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep vibing.